Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel Easy Aviation. Here we discuss about the short simple topic about the aviation field. Today's topic of discussion is the fundamental difference between these three projectiles, which is bomb, rockets and the missile. So these three projectiles can be differentiated with these three major components which are fitted in either of them or all three of them. So first is the warhead, which is the explosive which is there in the projectile. Second is the propulsion. So propulsion is the system which takes this warhead or explosive from point A to point B. Point A is the source and point B is the target. And third is the guidance system. Guidance system is the system which is fitted in the projectile, which can steer the complete projectile in the direction where it wants to, so that the projectile can go and hit the target with higher probability. I'll again further disintegrate the complete discussion separately for each one of the projectiles. So first is the bomb. So I have written some literature over the bomb. So the bombs are the warhead or explosive charge, which I have already told. There is the explosive charge which is wrapped inside a aerodynamic shell to give the stability. So there is an aerodynamic shell, as you can see in the figures, and in this aerodynamic shell or the metallic shell, there is an explosive filled inside this as it falls towards the target. Only force act post release from the aircraft is gravity. I'll help you out with this statement in the figure. It does not have a propulsion system or guidance system. So as I've told, there are three basic differentiator, that is, first is the warhead, propulsion and the guidance system. So in bombs there is no propulsion system or no guidance system there is only the warhead or the explosive, and only the initial momentum and the gravity steers the bomb towards the target, and that's why they are known as dumb bombs. So I'll help you out with this figure. The first figure is the example of Mark 81, 82, 83, 84. There is a Mark 80 family bombs, and there are other bombs. This is one of the example, and they are generally segregated on basis of the amount of explosive they can carry or the weight of the explosive. So Mark 81 is the smaller bomb which is having a 250 pounds of explosive inside this, and accordingly I have written for each one of them, and that's how the size gets bigger. Towards the dropping, the bombs are fitted in the aircraft, or being carried by an aircraft, and when the aircraft moves in the forward direction, and the bombs are dropped. So for each bomb there is a forward velocity component or the forward momentum because of the movement of the aircraft, and then the gravity is there. So forward momentum and the gravity gives the resultant vector, and this is the force which helps the bomb to steer towards the target in the motion which I am showing. So let's say there is a target, and it is required to be calculated at where to drop the bomb, so that initial momentum and the gravity acts on the bomb and then it can hit the target. I hope this much is clear. So in a bomb, in a bomb there is no propulsion which is taking this bomb from point A to point B, and there is no guidance. It is once dropped, it will go and hit the target or a huge land mass, huge area for the destruction. So basic purpose of the bomb is to destruct a large portion of the land or the target. Let's say the building or the enemies, tankers, fuel, let's say airstrip, or a camp of the terrorist. So in those cases the bombs are required, where you don't need to target a single target or precise target rather. Coming to the rockets. So rockets are the unguided warhead, which I have already discussed. They are the bombs which are attached to a propulsion system. So they are nothing, they are the bombs which we have already discussed, but there is a propulsion system in it. No form of guidance is there, still the guidance has not come, and thereby they are known as dumb weapon. And with propulsion, rocket travels faster and farther than a bomb. So only difference between a bomb and a rocket is that rocket has a propulsion system which takes these bombs or the explosive or the warhead from point A to point B on a faster rate. In the previous section, only the forward momentum and the gravity steer the bomb, but in this case, in an aircraft, sorry for the drawing, if the rocket is fitted, the rocket can be launched with the propulsion system, and it can take from point A to point B to hit the target. So in this case, since there is no guidance system, initial lock on the target is taken as is considered as the final, and the rocket is being launched on the target. If the target moves, the rocket will miss the target. So these rockets are being utilized where you have a fixed precise target and the target is not moving. You can launch the warhead, the explosive, from farther distance, and with the help of the propulsion it can send this rocket or the warhead or the explosive from farther distance point A to the target point B. This will safeguard the source, as in if the rockets are being launched from the aircraft, the aircraft doesn't have to go to the enemy territory, and the rockets and the warhead can be launched from farther distance. So that is the whole idea of inventing a rocket. If you take the analogy, it is like a bow and arrow, where the arrow can be sent farther with the initial momentum of the string of the bow. So this is same. So coming to the missile, I hope okay, the figure which I have attached, they are Hydra 70 rockets, and this is a rocket pod. This is called a rocket pod, which is fitted on the weapon boom, missile boom it is called as, or the strong point of the aircraft. And this rocket can carry some 12 rocket pod can carry 12 rockets. And yes, there are options comes what kind of warhead you can choose. That's a separate topics. Warhead as in, like, you can have splinters in the warhead, you can have an explosive into the warhead as a warhead. So when the warhead is hitting the target, what kind of effect the source or the user want. So on basis of that, the rocket warhead can be chosen, but we'll stick to the topic. Rockets is having a propulsion system and an explosive, and that's it. It can be launched from farther distance from point A to point B, that is the target, and A is the source. Coming to the missile part, so if we take an unguided rocket, which we have already just discussed in the previous part, and add guidance to the system, the result is a missile. And this is the smart bomb or smart warhead, because it is having a warhead. The three initial differentiate which I have already discussed, there is a warhead, there is a propulsion system, and there is some form of guidance. So how it is doing it? A seeker unit, it detects the target. So there is a seeker unit. I mean, I'm coming to the guidance part, how the guidance controls, because the propulsion is simple, which I already discussed. There is a propulsion, there is a motor, there is a rocket motor, there is some kind of propulsion which is giving thrust to the missile to go forward. There is a warhead, which we already discussed, which is there is some explosive which is filled inside the metallic shape. Now coming to the guidance part, how it is differentiated from missile, from rocket and the bomb. So there is a seeker unit which identify the target. Information is coming from the target to the seeker unit. Seeker unit tells the computer, there is a computer, and the computer is now controlling the fins, or these are the control units which can steer the missile as how the targets are moving. If the target is not stationary and the target is moving, the missile can also keeps on tracking the target, gives the information to the computer, and the computer is now controlling the fins, which I have just shown. So I hope I have made my topic clear. I'll just conclude it in these three figures. So this is a bomb. There is no propulsion, no guidance system, only this metallic shell contains the warhead, and it is being dropped from the aircraft. There is an initial moment momentum, there is a gravity, and the resultant will steer the bomb from the source to the target. This is bomb. Coming to the rocket, this is a rocket, same Hydra 70 rocket. There is some fuel, there is a motor which is propelling out the jet, which is steering, not steering, which is taking the rocket faster from point A to point B, from source to target, and there is a warhead filled inside the metallic case, and then there is a fuse pin and all these things. So that is the separate part. So this is how the rocket is differentiated from the bomb. Coming to the missile, this is an Astra missile. So there is some form of guidance or the seeker unit. Seeker unit are of different type. They can seek the heat, which is IR. They can seek the radio frequency, RF seeker, IR seeker. So there are different, that's a different part of it. So there is a seeker which seeks some information from the target. It tells it to the computer. Computer controls the fin. Propulsion remains the same as what rocket is having, and then there is a warhead inside that. So I hope I have concluded and the video. I have made the topic comfortable for you guys to understand. I mean, now can easily differentiate between a bomb, a rocket, and a missile. And if you have any further query, you can please post it anytime in the comment section, and I'll try to clear or make another video on those topics. So here I sign off. Thanks a lot. Thank you for watching my video.